first question to you is, you mentioned that you were in HR. So, what are the things that you noticed in the industry and things that you would have an advice for the students, what they should keep in mind when they enter the industry?
Okay, so 18 years I've been in HR, and I'm also a competency-based interviewer. So one of the most important things that we look at when we are hiring people, when we sit at the other end of the desk, what we look at is attitude. And that's something we look at even as you move forward in your career. There is career planning, successional planning, all that, right? So if you want to move up, definitely attitude again. And at the time of appraisals, it's only your attitude actually that gets you your marks. Because if you have the attitude, automatically productivity is there.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Thank you. And since you are at a high position, what advice do you have to women who are pursuing managerial positions or HR positions?
So, don't get into HR thinking that, oh, this is the easiest for women. We don't have to go around, 9 to 5 would be the job. But no, my daughter is an HR head in a company, and I've seen her slog, especially, during the payroll management time, and, there's a lot of days that you put in. It's not just about HR, any profession. I think you need to be very honest and sincere. It may get you your bread and butter, but more than that is your job should be what you give. Your everything you should give to it, and automatically everything else will fall in place. The productivity also will be there, quality in your work will be there, everything will fall in place. Yeah.
We saw in your resume that you're very active in social work. So what is the motivation that you have to be this active?
Okay, so I was a social worker as a kid.
Okay.
I would say by default I went into HR.
Okay.
I did my MBA and MHRM and MCOM and all that, and I don't know, it just so happened that I went into proper full time, not a full time, I would say. I was a corporate trainer. I started off as a corporate trainer and all that, yeah. But if you see now, I'm back to where I started. I'm a social enabler. That's what I call myself. So because social work was always a part of me, even when I was into HR consultancy. There was always social work in me, and so I think it's something that I was inclined to as a child, and yeah, it is, yeah. The challenge was when I was a HR consultant, so there's a lot of that social skills in me, but you have to be tough also, so that balancing act was a little difficult for me, because there are times when you have to say no, it's not done, and you have to report, you have to deliver.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yes, that balance between bold and also being involved is very thin line.
Yeah.
Last question to you is, what was your experience like in college? How did you enjoy everything?
So this is the first time I'm coming to this vertical of St. Joseph's.
I see.
So I've been to the MBA engineering, but this is the first time I'm coming here. And I was super impressed. Because I never thought that you girls and guys were so talented, and more than being so talented, that the faculty was able to whip up all this with you all. It's amazing. When I walked in, I felt like I was walking to some very big cake exhibition in France, or some place like that, because you had very good quality, you had a very good display, everything. It was amazing.
Hours of hard work.
And and I know that if you have to put so many cakes on the platter here today, how much of effort you would have put in the previous night. Because cakes are not, these are not things you make like 1-2 weeks in advance. So, yeah.
You mentioned they were not online. So
Kudos to the entire team. And also the presentation of all those, the 12 spirits of Christmas, and amazing. I was really impressed, and I definitely feel I want to contribute more to grooming the students. I would like to volunteer and come here and spend some time with you all.
we would have to have you anytime.
Yeah.
And another question finally.
Yeah.
What is the prospect of women in the hospitality industry?
See, we're moving into, there is no male, female, or transgender in today's world. Yeah. So it's anyone can prosper at any space. I remember for one of my dives, I'm a scuba diver. So one of my dives, I met this girl called Flavia. So amazing woman she was. She is working in Bombay. She has just a small bake house, that's it. But the number of orders she gets is simply amazing. Even the Ambanis order things from her. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Huh? And what I found was, was interesting in her. What was it that, was the spirit of bubbliness and liveliness. And she herself manages the whole unit. So that's what I'm saying. Today there's no male, female. In any area, any space, if you are dedicated, if you're working, that passion is from within you, you will be successful in any place. You will manage, yeah. Yeah. So I hope I answered that question of yours.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Wonderfully. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you.
Yeah. So one part, I'm just adding on, one part I spoke about a person starting an entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur. So I didn't answer the second part. So when you're in positions working under someone, for women, is it, you asking me that question was whether for,
In the industry.
yeah, in the industry, when you're working under someone, how is it? Whether you're a male or a female, if you deliver today in a very professional setup, people will take you. You will get promoted, you will get noticed, but you need to have that enterprising nature in you. And I did notice that in a lot of students here when I came. So many of them they had that spark in them, and that spark is something which you need to have. So male, female, transgender, doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's good to know too.
All the best to all of you, and hope everyone makes it big in life. And yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.